Another wonderful episode of the Circle of Life. If you are just joining us for the very first time, Circle of Life is all about where we get to talk, share, and converse about things that are happening around us. My name is Ademito Adenike. Firstly, as we all know, teenage pregnancies continue to receive increased attention because of early age from 10 to 17, at which young teenagers engage in sexual activities as a result of unplanned, unwanted pregnancies associated with the risk and problem of early motherhood, lack of adequate information and communication about reproductive health services. Which brings me to the topic of today. How can the incidence of underage pregnancies be reduced in the society today? Yes, we know it's very rampant in the society today. What are the measures that can be done to reduce the current situation? Out of every 10 girls, 6 are actually pregnant while in their teen age. So to public dissect this topic, I have with me 2 wonderful people in the house. I have with me Dr. Emefu and Engineer Fashion. So welcome to today's show. I'm highly honored to have you on today's show. So back to the topic of today. How can the incidence of underage pregnancies be reduced in the society? I think I should start with the doctor in the house. So Dr. Emefu, thank you for coming to today's show. So can you tell us the social factors that aid teenage pregnancies in the society today?
Thank you very much for inviting me to the Circle of Life. Teenage pregnancy is otherwise called adolescent pregnancy, and it occurs among people who are aged 13 to 19 years of age. Yes, it's rampant in our society. As she has rightly said, out of every 10 girls, 6 are actually pregnant in their teenage years. Some predisposing factors to this phenomenon include lack of social control by the family. Amongst them also are increased individualism, decreased importance of cultural and social norms that is gradually fading away from our society. Others are peer pressure, early rate of sexual initiation, poverty, ignorance, lack of sexual education on the part of these children, as there is nobody who is actually there to lead them in the right direction. And then some of our parents think it is wrong to educate their children about sexual issues. And when all these are not done, people outside will educate them. And then by educating them, I mean we'll get them pregnant. So I would say sexual education in the house, in the home, is actually a very important factor that we need to bring in. Now, these are a few of the causes that bring about teenage pregnancy in the society.
Okay, let me see what Engineer Fashion has to say to this.
We don't know what happens to children as at when we should know. Some of us, all we just want to know is, he has gone to school and is back and is making good grade, or she's making good grade. You understand? So all these things are not enough in terms of upbringing. Upbringing is about social. You want to think about a child's social life, a child's mental life, a child's academic life. What is she or he thinking? Because if you relate it only to a girl, now though we are talking about pregnancy, a guy does not get pregnant anyway, but upbringing is one major thing, which is, and if you now come back to what's it called, pregnancy, another perspective to it is the religious perspective. One, Islam believe that, you are not a Muslim, but Islam believe that, look, if a child, a female child, gets to puberty age and sees her first menstruation, the second menstruation must not meet the child in the house of the father. That is the belief. You understand? Even if that child is 8-9 years old, and you know, on record has shown, the youngest mother as of today is 9 years old.
Wow.
The youngest mother. And if you go to a place like the north, where we have dominantly Muslims, you see that a 13, 14, less than 12, 13, 14, getting, even if it's a normal thing, they see it as a normal thing. Getting pregnant at 8, 13, 14. Even though doctor will educate us on what are the effects of such a young person, young girl, getting pregnant at that age. You understand? I know that that person, if you look at the social perspective of it, I know that person of 13, 14, 15 should still be under a parent. You understand? Should still be going to school. Should still be monitored. Now she wants to monitor herself and a child. So that is why the problem is. And by that, you see them bringing up, I don't want to call names, you see them bringing up different types of people that will be problems to the society.
Yes.
You understand? So that is one perspective I believe we should look at as parents. Parents normally should make sure that their children are able to do what they should do. Sex education, like she has said, is a very important thing, because some of us will say, hey, don't let under age, don't see that. Don't see. There are things you don't see. You just let them know, look, this is not for your age, you should not do it, you should not be engaged in this. If you engage in this, these are the things, these are the things you see. Now, it is not even some parents, you see them carelessly. They watch pornography in the house, pornographic film in the house, and by that they will be careless with that, and the child will start too. And by that, quite a number of things can happen. So parents should take note that they should not be careless. Even if they right age 13 in anything, don't let if your child is 8, 10, don't let him or her see it, because the film might get to a stage where some things will be shown that will not be for his or her age. So, and for you, before you turn off, he or she has seen it. So those are the things I believe that we should educate, because education of the children just go to school to at least get education in terms of learning something, mathematics, English, engineering, medicine, pharmacy. Or you think moral is another thing, what basically the parents will give.
Yeah.
Basically, the parents will give morals. They will tell you, look, these are the things you shouldn't do. Your father didn't do this, your grandfather didn't do this. This is the way your man. You know, that's natural upbringing. That is just the way it is. Home-based upbringing is more very, very important.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So, Dr. Please, can you tell us the consequence that also aids teenage pregnancy?
Well,
Medical.
the consequences, for easy understanding, I would rather classify them into psychosocial and then the medical aspect of it. For the psychosocial part of it, there'll be loss of self-esteem with respect to the person involved now. For instance, a girl who is probably in just 2, just 3, who got pregnant, okay, should be looked at with scorn in school, on the streets. Even her family will not make it easy on her. They'll be like, what were you thinking? You were useless, you know. So nothing good can come out of it. So that demoralizes her. She loses her self-esteem. At that age, she's possibly 12, 13. She doesn't even have skills for her to work and earn a living for herself. The society we are in right now is not one that, in fact, it's one that even when the parents don't even have enough to take care of their family, let alone take care of an extra mom. Bringing up children these days is pretty expensive. Baby food is very expensive. You got to buy diapers, those are expensive. You now have to feed the nursing mother. In fact, no, let me say nursing mother, the nursing girl child. Because it's actually, no, it's the truth. Yes, she's a mother, but unfortunately she's actually a child. So now we call them child mothers. Okay, they are supposed to be taken care of. Now you're entrusting another baby to her. I don't know how she's supposed to cope. So there's lots of self-esteem. There's reduced quality of life because she can't even take care of herself, let alone the child. If she was in school, probably GSS or SS, her education would be terminated at that point. Because she is a lady. If it was a guy, the guy can still go to school. He's not the one carrying the pregnancy. It's a lady that actually faces most of these consequences. And that's because I've seen a guy, I saw him like a month ago. He's 25 years old. He's from University of Abuja. So I called him in to talk with him, and he was busy shouting outside, and I just kept him. When he came out, like, is it that you don't want to see a doctor? What's the problem? And no, he's been waiting outside. So I said, okay, so how can we help you? And then we're done with what he came to the hospital. He now told me that finished from University of Abuja. I said, congratulations. I'm how old are you? He said, I'm 25. I said, wow, that's interesting. I said, I had a child. I said, how old is your child? He said, my daughter is 2 years old. Wow. That means he got a lady pregnant when he was 23. But he still went ahead to finish his education. The truth is, I can't even imagine what would have happened to that baby. Sincerely. But okay, where's the child? I said the child is with his own mother. So that means, are you planning on settling with the lady? He said no. Now he said it was a mistake. On his part, it's a mistake. He moved on with his life. But the girl, you can't begin to imagine what would have happened to the girl. That's on the social or psychological aspect of it. This lady is affected mentally. And it means she's not healthy, because the WHO has defined health as the complete state of physical, mental, social, and then we can actually add spiritual well-being, and not just the absence of a disease or infirmity. So if psychologically she's affected, it means that she's not healthy. Something is wrong somewhere. Now, on the medical aspect, these young child mothers have a lot of problems they face. Amongst them are the fact that these pregnancies are unwanted and unplanned for. Some of them, because they want to get rid of it so that the family and the society do not know, they engage in abortion, which is illegal in this country. So it means they will have to go to a place where they can get it done without people spotting them. And then they engage in unsafe abortion, which can also cause or damage their womb or the uterus, and then predispose them to dying from that. Because if you rupture their womb, it means they can never get pregnant again. It can also kill them because they can bleed out. Now, these children are small. It means that their system is not even mature enough to carry a baby and to deliver the baby. So they tend to have obstructed labor because their pelvis is not adequate enough to give birth to these children. So it makes them prone to having cesarean section, that is CS, for them to deliver. Now, when they have obstructed labor, other things that can result from it is the vesicovaginal fistulas, so that they can't deliver. The baby's head is pressing, now the pelvic is full of bones. The baby's head keeps pressing against the bones in the pelvis. Those bones keep pressing against the organs that oppose them, the bladder, the rectum. So when that happens for a long time, one, there's now a hole between the bladder and that part where it connects to the bone. There's also a hole between the rectum and where it connects to the bone, making it to leak urine from the bladder and leak feces from the rectum. And when that happens, it means that the lady in question begins to leak both feces and urine from the vagina. So if this lady is passing like 50 meters away from you, you'll be perceiving the smell. You know that whoever is passing by at this point has VVF. VVF is one of the most feared complications of obstructed labor. And young people are prone to it because they are not supposed to be pregnant at that age. That is another one. Another thing is that they can have stillbirths. Because one, they are trying to hide the pregnancy. Some of them use these tight belts to hold it in so that it doesn't show. They can kill the baby in utero. When they deliver these children, because they don't eat well, the baby is not healthy. So they deliver the babies can die prematurely. The mothers can die. So we're talking about fetal deaths, talking about maternal deaths. So you can go on and on and on. You can't exhaust the list. So what we're trying to say basically is that teenage pregnancies have grave consequences. I mean grave and severe consequences. And it's not something we should ever encourage our children to get into.
Let me just speak from what Dr. has said, because you see, you talk about poverty. You see, way back, even before I was born, there hasn't been enough for any parents to want to take care. You understand?
Yeah.
You understand? So people want to.
Right.
That's it. Even as at the time I was born, my parents were also doing family planning. Say, look, I've had 3. I don't want to have more now. Let me get another good job before I get. So So that is just the way some people reason.
Yes.
You understand? But some does not think that way. They believe that religiously God will do it. And God will do it. It's God that feeds children. Just be having children. Some people will even say, married, they will say, at what's it called, at a wedding, a calculator, they will take count your children. You understand? No, that is just, but now, people are not thinking. But as some people are thinking, some are not. And those that are not are still causing the problem, the social problem that we have, because they will say, if you go, I have other thing. If one go, I have other thing. You understand? So those are the things we need to, people need to look at to want to ensure that girls, boys do not do what they shouldn't do at a certain time. I have seen a guy who was messing around with girls, and the parents was telling him, look, you don't want to go to school. If you give anybody belay now, you impregnate anybody now, forget, you are done. You just get a job for you and you start your fatherland. You will not leave that here. You go and the guy now became serious and now saw that he shouldn't do what he wanted to do. You understand? So if a parent, some parents want to see they are very, very like Jessica when it comes to, they think their child is being social.
Yeah.
You understand? If you want to tell a child to be social, you have to monitor to the extent that, look, you don't have to do what you shouldn't do. You understand? Even a child a girl that is a graduate now, is even watching it. You want to say, look, I want to know who I want to get married to, because I want to be stable. I don't want something to happen to me after marriage. I want to look at myself, look at the guy, prepare my mind for it, because it's not a thing you go into and run out of. So those are the things, basically, parents and peer groups, normally. Those are the things that I think one will need to watch out in place
So
of.
does every parent have effects in the life of their children?
Parents have, that is the major thing. Those who keep their children in boarding school, well, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But look.
But I think it's every child that has discipline that is determined that he needs to be focused in life.
Let's face reality. When you were in boarding school,
yes, sir,
your parents will come.
My parents never even come. They didn't even come and visit me there.
Oh my God. They are lucky.
They didn't even come there. So that's why I say every child is what they determine that this is what they want to be like.
But as you leave home, they'll be talking to you, say, hey, you.
My parents never tell me that was
So
they didn't even tell me that. They just sent me to school and I went.
That's why I said that's one in 100.
Yes, that's why I said that every girl.
And look at it, face reality. If you look at how you would have gained some things naturally from your parents. Maybe character,
teach me sex education.
maybe character.
So,
you understand?
Yeah.
Maybe your parents' character. You would
Yes,
have gained maybe
character.
your parents' attitude. They are reserved. You see the way they behave. You see
Religious
wise. This religious true culture people.
True.
Like in the note that we are talking about, getting married to young people. If you do that, they go to get married to some age 13, 14, and they are married.
Yes, very important.
It's married. It's not an issue of impregnate. No, it's married. You see, they are married. I know of a guy who is just 22 and he said he's married with 2 kids. How old is your wife? Another guy, my gate man, he said, well, he could be 18. He could be 18 and he don't want to.
Yeah,
He has to.
That is even better.
You understand? So
better.
what are we looking at? You understand? The problems around that time, and they believe if they lose a child, they believe it's God given, God has taken. You understand? They are not looking at what brought about losing that child. And that basically is because they lose one, they believe they can still have another. You understand? So those are the things generally and normally parents are. Because to me, I believe in parents' care than any other education and all that. Let your parents do it. If your parents do it, then you, because parents has effects on. Naturally, I don't believe, I have never attended boarding school, even though I did.
I just believe that even if parent doesn't, because every child needs to know what this is what they want in life.
Yes,
they need to focus.
They need to be told. They need to be exposed from the moon and say, okay, this is what you want. How are you supposed to know what it is you want?
That's the question.
Okay, maybe because some parents, maybe because we children watch what our parents do, so we adopt from what
that is
we adopt
it.
a character from
And
them.
I have even said it. Look, so some parents' character, no matter how, what your parents do, will likely matter. If your parents are the one that fights on the street, there's no way you not tend to want to fight on the street. If your parents,
I think I say I learned from my parents.
You understand? You see what they do, how they behave. Then from there, you too want to pick one or two things as you're growing up. So that's why I do so much believe, because some people in primary school, they take their children to boarding school. Secondary school, they take their children to boarding school. You understand?
Yes.
After that, university, you don't even talk about boarding school. That one is boarding in itself.
Yes.
So what time does the parents have with their children?
Well,
see, so it is very,
well,
very,
because it's still going to affect when they are growing up and adults.
Yeah, I agree. It is very, very good, and it is very, very good for parents to have at least impact and be able to monitor a child to see what he's doing and prepare. It's good for even the parent to prepare his or her mind that this child, if he grows up, this is what he's going to be, or this is what she's going to be. Prepare your mind, and you rest assured that okay, this one is going to be a good one. This one is smart. This one can read. This one cannot read. Which one cannot read? Okay, this one is. You understand? So those are the things you have to. That's why a child must be close to the parents.
And it's great. But I have nephews. One is 4 years. So that is 3 years. I came back one day from work. Like, hey, how are you? Shake me. And he shook me. I took my hand this way. The 3-year-old though.
Yes.
And said, you are beautiful.
Wow.
You know, I was dropping my bag, so I didn't really get. You know? So my younger brother was standing there like, did you hear what he said? I said, no, what is it? Shake him again. I'm like,
And he shook him again.
You are beautiful. I said, seriously, where did you hear that from?
He watched it somewhere.
And I went to meet the mother. I'm like, this is one of your sons. They said, yes, so she just heard it from him the previous day. Where did he hear it from? Like, she watches the movie. He joins her.
Watching the movie.
He is 3. I don't even watch the television because when I come out, I'm tired. So I'm like, are you serious? Who taught you that? And this is where you're super sharp.
Yeah,
So I
stop
them
very
from
sharp.
watching it. So if you must watch cartoon, I don't like it. I have to sit down there with them and watch cartoon.
Because there are some cartoons that even
Do you understand?
bring out
So
some
you have to
immoral
watch
things.
everything
Yeah.
they do, everything they are involved in. You have to actively participate in it. Otherwise, they'll pick so many things, you'll be amazed when they start exhibiting it.
And if you allow them to grow with it, to take it off, because you allow them to grow with it, to take it away from them, because if a child gets to secondary school, then it's getting rigid already for it to change. If you now get to our institution, it may be difficult. So, primary.
So much as said, let's go to the recommendation. So sir, what's your recommendation?
Well, recommendation is just parents. Must not be too far away from their children. If your children is in boarding school, find a time and go at least once a month.
There's always a visiting.
I know. Like you said now, your
Well,
parents.
didn't even come and visit me. During when I was in boarding school.
Didn't you have visiting days?
We had.
They will believe they are giving you to somebody in the school that what they call them in the school that
Potters,
house
mistress.
House mistress will take care of you, and those ones have many of you to take care of.
They don't even take care of. They don't look at.
So they don't
Even all those guidance, they don't look at.
Parents is very, very important, and the society too should hold parents responsible. There should be law, litigations to hold parents responsible to their child. If a child of underage get pregnant, the parents should be asked. If that happens, then every parent will know. Yes, they have a thing.
They have a fault.
They have a thing to do in the lives of their children.
Okay. So your recommendation, sir, is the parents should look out for their children, whatever they do in their life.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear what doctor has to say to this. So, doctor, What's your recommendation?
The role of the parent cannot be overemphasized.
Yes.
Very good. So I'm going to reiterate that by saying family cohesiveness is very important. I would also say we should put law in place. And the reason I'm bringing these laws into this is because of what we have in the northern part of Africa. We don't want girl mothers. We don't want 9, 10, 11, 12 becoming mothers. They're not ready for it psychologically, emotionally, physically. They are not ready for it. That's why I say law should be enacted. Yes, you will say once the person has menstruated for the first time, the second menstruation should not mean the person the father's son. The truth is, the age at which people were menstruating, they were far higher. These days we are eating a lot of refined food, a lot of chemicals. So people tend to menstruate at a very earlier stage now. So people start menstruating like 9, 8. Then people don't start menstruating until like 16, 18. So yes, they can get married, but not now. So these people are children, and they should be seen and protected as thoughts. Another thing is we should, like I mentioned in society, the government should also do something about bringing into play health facilities. They will cater for the needs of these people. For teenagers generally, whether male or female, they think both of them are key into preventing or minimizing the incidence of teenage pregnancy. It is guys or males that get these females pregnant. They don't get it from the egg. So you understand the fact that both of them should be talked with. So you understand the fact that these health facilities should be adolescent friendly, should be quiet, private, and should have services such as patient-doctor relationship, such that the teenagers can talk with individuals and not have the fear of going back home and somebody reporting them back home to their parents. That will not actually help us to achieve anything. Another thing is good, accurate sexual education, which should be done by the parents, not the school, not their peers, not their friends. But the truth is, if your parents do not teach you, somebody will teach you something else. If your parents don't teach you the right thing, you will be taught something, and I promise you, it will always be the wrong thing. So your parents have a very vital role to play. I think if all these are put in place, I think we would have gone a long way to do so much as to reduce the incidence of teenage pregnancy. Thank you.
Okay, so much has been said today. Okay, I think we've learned so much on what you have said, what Dr. Emefe has said, what my engineer fashion has said. But the discussion still continues via our social media. I think I just learned 2 things: that every parent has a vital role in their children's life. So parents, please watch what your children are doing out there. Play an important aspect in the life of your children. It matters a lot and it goes places. Parents should be the primary sexual educators of their children. Children often wait guidance and advice from their parents about sex. Children learn about sexualities from their parents, whether your parents discuss sex with them or not. Watching you interact and listening to you, observing how you react to sexual behaviors and message matters a lot. So teenagers, remember this: there will always be people who have more than you, and there will always be people who have less. Don't get caught up in comparing yourself to people who have more. So remember this: abstinence is the best. Educate a child today. At the end of the discussion still continues via our social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. You can leave in your comment if you still have any addition to what we have said today. Please leave your comment and your opinion on our platform. I leave you with this: every girl needs a chance. Every girl counts in the society. Every girl needs cancer. Every girl needs an education. Educate a girl today and shape a life to the bright future. Till I come your way again, it's still the circle of life. Share the life experiences. Be strong, be focused, be God's child. Bye for now.
For me, even if you're sad, be good to me, even if you